very warm welcome to a brand new edition of Colors of India, your weekly cultural diary. I'm your host Ravleen Kaur, bringing you all the cultural updates from in and around the capital. But first, look at the highlights. First, the mesmerizing Melon magic. Up next, the captivating Italian music concert. And finally, a rare clay sculpture exhibition. It's the month of April and one of the highlights of the season are its mouth-watering melons. Take a look at this exciting Melon Festival with an array of varieties catching the palate and the eye. Take a look. When the mercury climbs into the 40s, when bearing the heat becomes a challenge. Well, take some time off and head to the Lodi Gardens in the heart of the capital to revel in some melon magic at the garden restaurant there. The first to go was mojito with chunks of lemon, watermelon and ice cubes. The mocktail was a delightful refresher. There was also the other thirst quencher martini, double strained and always served chilled. And last but by no means least on the list was margarita, made from blended melon, lime juice and ice.
I'm making the mojito. This is a very refreshing drink. This is a fresh mint and lemon and the fresh watermelon. This is a very refreshing drink. Making the sugar syrup, lemon juice, the top of soda, like the very refreshing thing like this. Other two also like the one making the martini. Basically this is alcohol based. This I'm making the no alcohol, the fresh watermelon and lemon juice, sugar syrup. This is also the very refreshing drink, like the refreshing drink like this one. I'm making the margarita. This is the ice base and the fresh melon, lemon juice, sugar syrup, some in the martini glass.
On now to the salads, made from watermelon, salted cheese and roasted nuts with sweet balsamic dressing. Fresh, organically grown watermelon makes the perfect salad, with pine nuts providing a delightful crunch. An interesting tidbit, most of the vegetables here are grown in their own organic farm, making every dish tastier.
We do melon promotion because we are working for seasonal things which we always promote in Lodi and fresh products which we are using in Lodi. So the salad is basically watermelon and with some goat cheese over it. So it's basically very fresh because watermelon season is coming up. So we are just having a slice of watermelon and on top which we are putting some lettuce which is very easy to get from the market and goat cheese which is available in that, and we are putting some pine nuts. The nuts is basically to give that energy for the salad.
Next in line was grilled sea bass with melon, mint and coriander salsa. Perfectly grilled fish, tangy and minty, served with the grilled muskmelon. The inspired world of luxury, comfort and food when blended together churn out everything exotic. The blend of spices and the heavenly ambience makes everything truly alluring.
Main course what we are looking for, looking for meat lovers also, with which we can provide something with melon. So what we do is we slice some melons and we caramelize it with some sugar and then with some olive oil, and we grill the fish And then we, just to make it more light, we put some salad along with some sun-dried tomatoes over it, and then we add some melon salsa to it. It has all melon, watermelon, muskmelon, all the melons with some chilies in it and some coriander, some lemon juice and olive oil.
The melon magic ended with an appetizing dessert. An assorted platter of fresh water and muskmelon with rose and lime reduction was just perfect. All in all, a feast of impeccable refreshments for this time of the year. One of the best ways to beat the heat is by indulging into the seasonal fruits. And the current month is all about melons. Biting into the fruit is really healthy and easy, but getting a 3-course meal with different types of melons is what the Melon Festival is all about. So come under the spell of melon magic and wink back at the sun. With camera person Rajdeep, Ravleen Kaur for Rajya Sabha Television. Truly an interesting and a refreshing concept for beating the scorching heat. Time for a short break now, but don't go anywhere, a lot more coming up ahead on the program. Coming up next, an enthralling Italian musical evening. Welcome back after the break. In this segment, we bring to you a well-known musical group enthralling audience with Italy's traditional music, spreading joy, love and peace. Listen it. The most fascinating and vibrant rhythms of Italian music. From Officina Zoe, a well-known musical group of Italy. Formed in the early 90s, Officina Zoe soon sparked off a revival of the Pizzica Pizzica. One of the oldest and most mesmerizing rhythm and traditional dancing in Salentino in the deepest south of Italy.
It's magic. It's really another side of our body. When I play, I feel energy that came from the earth and go into me and go up on the sky. India is very rich with tradition, with musical tradition. You know, I came from a very little region, and to be here in India, I feel, oh, it's too much, it's too much, it's too much.
Broadening its repertoire of songs and music events with their original tracks, Officina Zoe preserves the spirit of social dance in its traditional forms. and this is why they are rightly recognized as the healthy carriers of an old style, still thriving and continuing to evolve.
Kaur is a traditional music like all the traditional music of the millions little small parts of the world. And for us it's important to say to the world that we are in a period of globalization, and so is a period in which many cultures meet each other, and it's the start of new also musical cultures. But we say also that to meet new cultures and new music, we have always the time, and we do that. But it's more important also don't to forget the old traditions. And so we have a hand to the past and a hand to the future. And this, in this period of globalization, is very, very important, because it's important to remember the millions cultures more in the world.
The performances constantly challenge the traditional music with the modern sounds, giving the old form a completely new look. Leaving audience captivated. Rightly said, music is considered to be the most effective medium for communicating and creating a mood of aesthetic joy and instant bliss. It's time for a short break now, but do stay tuned, a lot more coming up ahead on the program. Coming up ahead, a rare clay sculpture exhibition. Welcome back after the break. Moving on, the symbolism of clay and it's being molded into the natural creation is a legend that goes back to the origins of life on Earth. Here's a rare clay sculpture exhibition. Take a look for yourself. It's titled Everything Ends and Everything Matters. A display by US-based Anandita Datta symbolizing life and death through clay. Datta's sculptures bear the marks of a restless energy as she covers her surroundings with heaps and chunks of clay, creating living sculptures with her bare hands. Anandita works with the fundamental materials of the human environment, the mindscape, on an internal and external level. Almost shamanic in her ability to blow life into clay, Anandita Datta is not self-conscious of her role as a creator. Rather, she wrestles with her own issues to conquer her state of brevity and leave behind a permanent mark.
Exhibition is usually looking, everything ends means that everything has to end. So it's looking at mortality, it's looking at death, it's looking at the continuation of life also, because you have the cycle of death and life happening. So it's got positivity as well as it's got the eventuality of death and the ephemeral nature of human life.
These two clay figures, a man and a woman on a wooden board, were among the pieces that stood out. The man depicts the energy and toughness. The woman with an open womb is a symbol of motherhood.
मैंने यहाँ विज़िट किया, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा जो चीज़ मैंने देखी हैं अनिंदिता के बारे में, और ये पेंटिंग्स देखी हैं, इसमें जो क्ले की देखी है उस तरफ मैंने जो क्ले वाली पेंटिंग है उसमें मेरे को बहुत अच्छी लगी वो, क्योंकि उसमें एक उन्होंने दिखाया गया है कि किस तरह से क्ले के थ्रू हम क्या क्या कर सकते हैं लाइफ के अंदर अपनी। तो उन्होंने शो किया है उसके अंदर कि हम जो हमारा शरीर है वो मतलब कि मिट्टी में मिलता है और मिट्टी में ही मिल जाएगा, तो उसको उन्होंने बताया उस बारे में अपने कि हम किस तरह से उसको दिखा सकते हैं।
Another interesting work records the mundane rituals of eating, sleeping and defecating. In this work, the artist postulates what life would be like without feelings. While we are often vexed by strong emotions that bring us both pleasure and pain, our lives would be rather robotic and pointless without them. They are simple demonstrations of life through a symbolism of the genesis of mankind, and they convey the depths that go far beyond the immediate. Well, that's all we have in this edition of Colors of India. See you next week, same time, with a bunch of other exciting stories. Until then, take very good care of yourselves.